So there's a fish that causes you to hallucinate. The dream fish. Everybody that they've had known it for a long time, but when you start hallucinating or having a nightmare, you have lobsters screaming at you. Everybody says they hear. What does a lobster scream sound like? Isn't that weird? They have animals just yelling at them in their visions. Animals are screaming, but lobsters, giant lobsters, they don't say they see them. They say that they hear giant lobsters screaming at them. Like, how do you know it's a giant lobster? And birds just hovering there, just squawking at you angrily for like 36 hours. That's pretty crazy. Listen to this.
Including a cat that reportedly at once went crazy. A group of very young children were fed the fish and began wailing and crawling out of their beds like the kid from The Exorcist. 30 laborers went delirious after eating a large catch of these fish with visions of being electrocuted, killed by dogs, and swallowed by sentient waves. If you want to learn more about the Hawaiian mythology of this fish, like how the fish are possessed by the god of ghosts and nightmares, I'll drop a link in the descriptions along with all my sources, as usual. The toxic nature of dreamfish is actually a defense mechanism. Many species have developed complex defense or attack systems involving not only sting apparatus, but also production of toxic molecules as weapons. And the presence of the toxin serves as a passive chemical defense, deterring predators from eating them. While not necessarily hallucinogenic, the pufferfish is another example of this kind of defense, with organs and skin containing lethal amounts of paralyzing toxins. A 2014 BBC documentary called Dolphins, Spy in the Pod famously speculated that dolphins were deliberately getting high on pufferfish after filming the dolphins nudging them around with their rostrums. Did they use those spy robots? Gosh darn them. The dolphins were then seen floating just underneath the waves, seemingly enthralled by their own existence. But this documentary is really the only time this behavior has ever been observed, and marine biologists and toxicologists have pushed back against the characterization. In extremely low doses, the toxins of pufferfish can cause numbness, tingling, and lightheadedness, made famous by the Japanese preparation of fugu. People get poisoned by this toxin every year, and no one describes the experience as a high, because that's not how the toxin works. It's a poison that causes rapid paralysis, respiratory failure, cardiovascular collapse, seizures, coma, and worse. Okay, run along now. We're talking about fish, not fisher. But it doesn't impair consciousness at all. It doesn't cause hallucinations, and it doesn't induce euphoria. The dolphins that were allegedly
those dolphins are high. They look high.
Pufferfish were probably in the first stages of the toxin-induced paralysis.
They look like they're on eggs.
A much more likely explanation is that these dolphins were young, naive animals who tried to eat a pufferfish and learned a very hard lesson. Do not eat toxic fish. These dolphins are unlikely to make that same mistake twice. The same is probably true for the poor, unfortunate souls who were enjoying a nice Mediterranean grilled fillet of fish 1 minute, and the next they were ruining their favorite bed sheets, caged in a loop of mirrored realms full of hatred and hiding from intergalactic lobsters and screaming spectral birds.
Wow. I didn't know they had a fish that did that. And then everybody experiences the same fucking trip. Horrible animals screaming at you. Ah!